Hey guys, we are back. I believe this is number 4, and we are into the second round. Let's keep it rolling. Hope you guys are having an amazing Thursday draft day. Let's go. I'll put it all when it's done, but I'm just going to get right into this, try and get through a few more, maybe double, half and half for the second and third rounds. Depends on what happens. But I want to talk through these because that's what I like to do. So, Steelers, like I said, rich keep getting richer, and it's just, I think you'll see in my drafts maybe a favoritism to the big guys versus the skills. Not just this draft, but I think big boys are top heavy. Not literally, maybe literally, but at this draft. And so the Steelers take Anton Harrison, mountain of a man, Steelers, blue collar, hard worker, and they just keep stacking, right? Protect Pickett, and they took their superstar DB for me, Devin Witherspoon, and then let's watch these Texans keep building. Lucas Van Ness, the enigma, right? Is he inside? Is he outside? Is he gonna be a superstar? Is he gonna just be good, right? Is he George Karlaftis? Is he DeMarcus Ware? We don't know, but I like that. And I think, again, we're just going to keep stacking that defensive line. All of a sudden, right, we've been missing J.J. Watt forever. We lost a couple of our bulls in the middle, and now they have 2 premier edge rushers and Hooker to start climbing out of this hole. And I just think, that's a seriously legit way to be aggressive and restack your team. So that's what it is, and I'd love to see it, and I hope it happens. Same thing here, the Cards. Do they have a bunch of different needs? Do they have new staff? Do they have new everything? Do they have new uniforms? It was all right. If you watch that, the coach was stuck to his chair, which was hilarious. I thought he was going to freak out. But I like that guy. I like listening to him. He's the DC from the Eagles Super Bowl teams. So I'm excited for that. And ironically, I took a guard tackle and a center guard. So we're just going to put the best 5 out there and hope we can keep Kyler healthy and, rebuild the right way, right? Is it this year? Maybe, maybe not. But that's how I'm doing it. That's how I do it. And I'm sticking to my board. I'm sticking to my guns. And Steve's probably about here, right? You think you're going to get him in the second? You're not at 58. You're damn sure not. Is it a little bit of a reach? Maybe. But that center guard flexibility, day one starter is tough and it's valuable. And I don't care who says what, but center touches the ball as much as the quarterback. So just let that one sink in for just a second. Travis Frederick, we love you, man. Peace and love. I wish he'd announce a pick. That'd be badass. Is it too soon? I'm into it. All right. And JPJ actually falls out of the first round, ironically. And that kind of seems fun, right? Because a lot of people are like, oh, Cowboys could get him. I don't want him right there for the value. I'm with Aisha on Draft Show, honestly. If he's not playing all the snaps this year, then he's not going in the first round. I am drafting someone to play and play at a very high level immediately. Otherwise, you're not doing it right. Okay? Look at the Chiefs. Trade, draft, everybody's on the field. All right, Sky Moore was a little bit of a late bloomer, but guess what? He maybe was the difference maker in the Super Bowl. Low key. Injuries stack, you play. You get drafted, you play. Otherwise, you don't get drafted. Okay? LA, this is their first pick. And again, you can see my style. Okay, they're wheeling and dealing, they're wild men, but they are down and they are fixing their aggressive behavior to win a Super Bowl. And you take cornerstone players. That man is 6'8", 6'9", slow, bumbling, but why don't you run around a fence? Okay, I don't care if it's the fastest gate in the world. If you're a whole damn fence, it's going to take a minute. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a long day at the office. He gets one of those big old paws right in your chest, right in your face, right in your arm, right in your gut. Okay? Seahawks, circle back. I told you they would. And they actually take Brian Brees. Another one of those kind of, is he inside, is he outside? And I think that that's a good fit for creative defenses, right? Like a Cowboys, a Seattle, those 3-4 hybrid front seven type situations where you almost you want five guys on the line and maybe one drops, whatever. He is so athletic, he could actually do some of that fun Jabril Peppers type stuff potentially. And he's big enough and fast enough and strong enough to hold up in the center on your speed packages and stuff like that. So again, he's kind of that gray area first, second stuff, but I think he's damn good and not getting talked about enough. It's a quality program, quality player, and Seattle will make him fantastic. They need to stack that D line desperately, and so that's what they do. Cody Mauch is another one of my favorite players, and he goes to the Raiders. They took that big swing on Richardson, and now they take a left tackle, left guard. He can fit basically anywhere in that line and make them better, which is very valuable when you're feeling out a new situation, you're rebuilding, you're doing it your way. And I think that works and fits. And then my man, we mentioned him in the last segment, Josh Downs, is going to be the ultimate release valve and quick go-to option, do it all well, wide receiver for Bryce Young. And I think that that's tremendous. It's nice. Everybody loves that wide receiver QB package deal. They can start together, learn together, grow together, and win together potentially. And then this one is just a feel good for me. And when you get to this part, you're like, oh my gosh, how is this guy still available? But it happens every year, right? And I think Mozzie Smith was getting a ton of talk, and I like him. I'm not obsessed with him, right? Like motor, size, skill. He's really good, right? And this is about right, so I'm going to go ahead and let it happen. Saints need to strengthen their strengths, and I think D-line is certainly on the table. I believe we took some kind of defensive player early. We'll recap, but I think that's solid, and I think that works. I think he's good enough for me. And then my man, Nathaniel Tank Dell, rock star. Titans go cornerstone tackle and playmaker wide receiver to try and bring some energy and bring some yak and bring some offensive consistency and explosion to take some of that heat off whoever's playing quarterback, running back, etc. But he's just so good, and I just like him there. It feels right, and it fits. They need some pop and some wow and some hey. The defense would be good, and they need some action offensively, in my opinion, outside of Derrick the King Henry. Tank and a king. Seems good. Green Bay, still filling up the toolbox for Jordan Love. In a rookie-type season, you've got maybe the most consistent wide receiver in the draft, and then you're going to give him a rock-solid, catching, moving tight end. Sam Laporta, people really like him. I haven't watched him a ton, but I think he's your Dalton Kincaid in the second round, right, for me. And I think that he'll be an absolute weapon. You got Romeo Doubs coming back, and you got a lot of space with Lazard leaving and stuff. And then you've got your X, right? So basically what we're saying is we've got Christian Watkins, X, Romeo Doubs, Y, JSN, Jackson Smith Enigma, slot, and then Sam Laporta as your tight end, one. And then if Jordan Love can't make some magic right there, we got an issue. So we'll build up the defense in the line as we move along, but that fits and works and falls well for them. And the Jets go with maybe the best linebacker, arguably. I like Drew Sanders with some Micah type versatility, but Jack Campbell is an absolute Sean Lee, Urlacher, you know. He's not as fast sideline to sideline as Simpson, but he is so freaking smart, right? And that almost makes up for just a scotch of that change direction and acceleration. And he is a hoss, right? He'd come up and smash some lines, some holes, some big men, some tackles, some tight ends. And he's smart. He's your quarterback on the defense. And the Jets are a badass defense. They've taken some weapons, rebuilt the offense with Rodgers, and this guy is your new center Mike linebacker on the defense, and that feels good. And I like it. Like the value, like the timing, all that. Atlanta is an interesting one because I don't think it's getting talked about enough, but we took our cornerstone edge type guy, right? And I like, is it Ritter that's there? I really like him. I don't think they have to take a quarterback. I don't think they have to take a running back. They need one, but they have a lot of things to do to bounce back. Calvin Ridley going just sucks, right? I was like, Drake London, overvalued, whatever, but he's going to be really good. And I wanted to see a tandem, right? You have to have 2, 3, 4 wide receivers, at least 3 legit wide receivers to really contend and spread it around. And Jalen Hyatt is your burner. He's good enough, and I like where he's at here. I just want you to respect it and see it. Is he a first-round talent? I don't think so. But is he damn good? Sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's like terrible. I mean, come on. The kid's a burner. He's good. He's real good. And I like that pairing, and I like that value, and I like getting good players of value at their position, at positions of need, right? And we're rebuilding the whole Falcons, kind of, right? They didn't do much of a job last year, in my opinion, but I mean, I feel a hell of a lot better with Ritter throwing it to Drake London in his second year, breakout sophomore wide receiver. Jalen Hyatt, burner. I don't need you to run all the routes. I need you to run the fast ones, the long ones. Go. And then Kyle Pitts right underneath him. Let's stack this, baby, and let's go, right? That will help running backs. That will help quick passes and quick decisions. And we can get some line and some more defense, some running backs later, okay? Green Bay hits another one back to back. And in that case, that's one of them little bonus luxuries, right? Thank you, Aaron Rodgers. Antonio Johnson is a freak. I talked about Brian Branch earlier, and this is very similar. Nobody's talking about safeties. It's not a great class, blah, blah, blah. This kid can play every position on the back end of the defense very, very well. Okay? A&M, I like him a lot. I don't know what you do with him, but it's like a curse nickel free-ish kind of a thing. Kind of do any of those, all of those, and that's very helpful when you had a rough go, lost some people, can't get that defense to click. I am very anxious to see what LaFleur's Green Bay Packers look like and do without A. Rodgers. Okay? I'm sick of the darkness retreat BS too, but guess what? I don't know if LaFleur has the chops. I'll just say it. What New England quarterback coach has left and done squat? I would venture to say none. Okay? So let's see if Pretty Boy has got a pretty team this year. I don't think so. They just draft so well and are such a solid machine. It almost doesn't matter. But we'll see. That NFC North is coming on, baby. Duh, Bears. The Lions and Tigers and Bears. Oh, my. Let's go, baby. And this goes back to the same kind of thing. Building the right way. Drew Sanders can be Devontae Hightower with Coach Belichick teaching him. Okay? If the dude's little alligator arms would wrap up and tackle people, he would be an absolute freak of nature. Okay? Rush, blitz up the middle, outside coverage, flats coverage, take a tight end down the field, speed, hips, quickness, recognition, tackle hard. He has got so